Is Eddie Munson really gone for good? Fans of Stranger Things have been holding on to hope ever since that heartbreaking season 4 finale, and now, Joseph Quinn is adding fuel to the fire. He's been dropping hints with cryptic interviews, making us think Eddie might not be done. As Stranger Things Season 5 looms on the horizon, let's figure out what Joseph's been saying, and why the Upside Down might not have seen the last of Eddie Munson. As excitement builds for the highly anticipated 5th and final season of Stranger Things, fans are buzzing over confirmed cast returns, intriguing new additions, and the looming showdown in the Upside Down. While much of the ensemble is locked in, like Eleven, Mike, Hopper, and the Hawkins gang, one name continues to hover in limbo: Eddie Munson. He was a total hit in Season 4, and was instantly beloved for his rebellious charm, Heart of Gold, and iconic guitar solo. Eddie's tragic death left fans reeling, but his story might not be over. The big question is, will Joseph Quinn be back as Eddie? He is currently making waves in the Marvel Universe as part of the Fantastic Four reboot. Quinn has been masterfully elusive in recent interviews, neither confirming nor denying his involvement, and instead, offering cryptic smiles and playful dodges that only deepen the mystery. Makes you wonder, is he coming back? Or are we just hoping for a miracle? The first major tease that reignited hope among Stranger Things fans came in the spring of 2024, during a lively panel appearance while Joseph Quinn was on stage promoting an unrelated project. Of course, someone asked about Stranger Things, and specifically, Eddie Munson. One bold audience member cut straight to the chase, asking the question that had been lingering in the minds of millions: is he coming back for Season 5? What followed was a moment of electric tension. Quinn visibly paused, caught slightly off guard, and for a few seconds, he fumbled to gather his thoughts, his expression somewhere between amused and guilty. Finally, with a coy grin and a glint of mischief in his eyes, he replied, "I do know, but I'm not telling you." Good question. It wasn't a no, so everyone went nuts with theories and rewatching everything. It was perfect for the fans, and then the speculation just went wild. Now, fast forward over a year later, and Joseph Quinn is once again in the spotlight, this time promoting his latest high-profile project, The Fantastic Four: First Steps, a major addition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. People are super hyped about his new role, but they're also hoping he'll talk about Eddie Munson from Stranger Things. During one such interview with Extra TV, the inevitable happened. The interviewer snuck in a final, loaded question that millions have been dying to ask. "Before you go, I know those writers at Stranger Things are really creative. Any way that they could come back, bring you in for a flashback?" Joseph's reaction was, once again, deliciously ambiguous. He gave that little smirk, fidgeted a bit, and said something that didn't give anything away, which, of course, only added fuel to the fire. Instead of just saying no or ignoring it, Quinn seemed to love the game, his body language screaming that he's got secrets he can't wait to share, but legally can't. It's this whole thing, the dodging, the knowing look, the non-answers, that has fans thinking we'll see Eddie Munson again. Quinn responded with a playful grin, "Oh my god, yeah, it's going to be out soon, isn't it?" Who knows? The interviewer pressed and asked if that means there's a chance. His response was, "There's always a chance for anything, isn't there, really? Nothing's impossible." One theory I can't stop thinking about is the idea that Eddie's death might not have been exactly what it seemed. Given what we know about Vecna and his terrifying ability to manipulate memories and distort reality, it's not that far-fetched to imagine he somehow absorbed Eddie's consciousness or twisted it into some kind of psychic weapon to torment the rest of the Hawkins group. That could open up a ton of possibilities in Season 5, flashbacks, hallucinations, even a kind of resurrection, where Joseph Quinn could come back as a darker version of Eddie. It could also be possible that Dustin, who was super close to Eddie, could revisit moments with him through dreams or Vecna's tricks. It would be a perfect way to honor Eddie's legacy, bring emotional closure, and still give fans more of Joseph Quinn without undoing the power of Eddie's sacrifice. After watching Quinn's most recent interview, I'm more convinced than ever that we haven't seen the last of Eddie Munson. Whether it's just a quick flashback or something far more unexpected, the mystery's still there, and I'm still hoping his story isn't over yet. What we do know for sure is that Eddie Munson's presence, whether physical or symbolic, will still play a meaningful role in the story of Stranger Things Season 5. The new teaser trailer showed us a little bit of the final chapter without giving away too much. While much of the footage came from Season 4's first volume, there was one haunting new shot that stood out immediately: Dustin Henderson standing solemnly in front of Eddie Munson's grave. It's a really powerful and emotional image, especially for those of us who are still bummed about Eddie's heroic death. But what makes it even more unsettling is what's written on Eddie's gravestone, a super chilling message, written in red paint or maybe even blood, that says, "Burn in hell." It's a total bummer that Hawkins never really knew the real Eddie. To those folks, he wasn't some misunderstood hero, he was just a scapegoat. After Chrissy Cunningham's awful death in Season 4, and the chaos that followed, Eddie became the #1 suspect. His association with the Hellfire Club, his love for heavy metal, and his outsider status all painted him as the perfect villain in the eyes of a frightened community looking for someone to blame. They never saw the Eddie we did, the kind, super loyal guy who gave his life so his friends could fight the evil trying to destroy everything. Eddie's grave being vandalized isn't just a random act of hatred, it's symbolic. It's like, even after he's gone, people still think he's guilty of those accusations. And for guys like Dustin, who saw how brave Eddie was, it's a deeply personal and painful reminder of injustice. This one scene in the teaser says a lot, not just about how Eddie's still affecting the story, but also about how truth, memory, and getting a second chance might be big deals in Season 5. Whether Eddie shows up in flashbacks, visions, or something else, it's clear that his legacy will echo throughout the final season. So far, the list of confirmed cast departures for Stranger Things Season 5 is surprisingly short. The only two we know for sure won't be there are Catherine Curtin, who played Dustin's mom, Claudia Henderson, and Eduardo Franco, who was Argyle, Jonathan's chill, pizza-loving buddy. Franco said he didn't get asked back in early 2024, which bummed out fans who wanted more of his pizza van antics in the final season. Curtin wasn't asked back either, so it looks like they might be focusing on the main story and characters for the end. So, what about Joseph Quinn? His status remains one of the biggest question marks of the entire production, and that alone is telling. The Duffer Brothers said Eddie's legacy will be in Season 5, but no actual return. Quinn's good at avoiding the question, with a knowing smile or a laugh. It's the kind of ambiguity that could mean he's contractually forbidden from spilling the truth, or it could simply mean the creators are keeping their cards close to the chest to preserve the final season's emotional weight. So, what do you think? I reckon there's a good shot we'll see Joseph Quinn as Eddie again, right? Maybe not, like, fully back, but in some way. A hallucination. A memory. A nightmare. Or maybe even something far more surprising. It'd be so great to see Eddie again, especially for Dustin and the gang. Plus, it'd be a good way to wrap up one of the best storylines in Stranger Things. But what do you think? Will Joseph Quinn return as Eddie Munson in Season 5, or are the Duffers playing the long game with our emotions? Do you think there's more to Eddie's story? Sound off in the comments. I want to hear all your wild theories, predictions, and hopes for the final ride into the Upside Down. For updates and deep dives into the world of Stranger Things, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Stranger's Freaks. From cast news to hidden clues and everything in between, we've got you covered so you never miss a beat from Hawkins or the Upside Down.